Today we are embarking on the journey into the enchanting and mysterious realm of Pisces, the empaths, the dreamers, and the visionaries of the zodiac. So if you ever wondered why Pisces seem to feel emotion so deeply, how their intuition seems almost magical, or why their energy flows with such creative grace, you're in the perfect place. Pisces is a sign like no other, embodying the balance between the physical, the spiritual world, and the unseen. It's a sign that connects to us and our emotions, our imagination, and our capacity for compassion. In this video, we'll explore Pisces in all its depth and wonder, covering the many facets of this deeply soulful sign. We'll discuss Pisces' personality, its mutable water nature, the significance of the glyph featuring two connected fish, and its essential dignities that highlights how Jupiter and Venus amplify its magic. And of course, we'll dive into how Pisces influences all 12 of the zodiac houses, offering a unique lens on how this energy manifests in all the different areas of life. So, even if you don't have personal planets in Pisces, this sign still holds a place in your chart. It shapes your experiences and interactions in profound ways. Whether you're looking to understand your own cosmic blueprint, deepen your knowledge of astrology, or perhaps simply embrace the Piscean magic, stay tuned. We're all about to uncover the wisdom of creativity, boundless compassion that makes Pisces truly extraordinary. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Lisa Schneider. I am a Western tropical astrologer using the whole sign house system, and I would love you to subscribe to the channel so you can get weekly and monthly updates. So if you'd like to, please subscribe below, and let's get on with the rest of the video. So Pisces is known for its deep, empathic, and intuitive personality. It's traditionally ruled by Jupiter, and in modern astrology, it's ruled by Neptune. So Pisces individuals are wise, imaginative, and spiritually attuned. They have an extraordinary ability to tune into the emotions of others, offering support and compassion in ways that feel almost magical. Their empathic nature often makes them feel like a source of comfort, with an uncanny knack for understanding the needs of others, even without any words. Creativity is the heart of Pisces' personality, whether through art, music, writing, or any other form of expression. They have a unique ability to bring dreams and ideas to life. Their imagination runs very deep, allowing them to view the world through a lens of wonder and possibility. Pisces individuals are often inspired by the mysteries of life, the mysteries of the unseen, and drawing their intuitive insights to create beauty and meaning. So rather than avoiding challenges, Pisces taps into their inner world to find solutions and bring light to the most complex situations. Their spiritual depth and wisdom allow them to navigate life with a sense of flow and faith, making them a beacon of hope and inspiration to everyone around them. Pisces energy truly embodies a soulful, compassionate, and creative individual. So, if you are a Pisces sun or have one of your personal planets in Pisces, or perhaps even know of someone with a lot of planets in Pisces, drop me a line below and let me know how you feel this energy. So Pisces is a mutable water sign, and it's renowned for its adaptability, emotional depth, and fluid nature. Mutable signs play a pivotal role in the zodiac, appearing at the beginning of seasons as they start to shift and acting as a bridge between one phase and the next. Pisces specifically marks the time of endings and beginnings. In the northern hemisphere, it signals the end of winter, leading to a vibrant renewal of spring. But in the southern hemisphere, Pisces ushers in the transition from warmth of summer to the reflective and coolness of winter. The seasonal positioning mirrors Pisces' intrinsic ability to navigate life's transitions with grace, making them naturally open to change and feeling deeply in tune with the ebb and flows of existence. As a water sign, Pisces connects powerfully to emotions, intuition, and the subconscious. Water is an element representing feelings, dreams, and the unseen realms. Pisces specifically dives into these realms absolutely effortlessly. They are not merely aware of emotions, they absolutely embody them, often sensing the unspoken energy in a room or hidden emotions of people around them. This extraordinary sensitivity grants Pisces a profound capacity for empathy and allows them to connect with others on a deeply and soulful level. It additionally fuels their vivid imagination and intuition, enabling them to dream big and to create and envision possibilities far beyond the ordinary. So, this combination of Pisces' mutable quality and its water element makes this a sign of masterful creativity and transformation. The mutable energy allows Pisces to embrace the beauty of life's in between spaces and the moments where endings and beginnings overlap. So, whether it's the fresh renewal of spring or the quiet introspection of autumn, Pisces finds meaning and magic in the transition. They remind us of the wisdom of surrendering to life's flow, trusting that transformation and growth come when we embrace the absolutely ever-changing currents of life. Pisces as a sign thrives in these moments, teaching others that the art of flexibility, imagination, and emotional openness are so important. Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces, bringing its expansive, optimistic energy to this intuitive and dreamy sign, while Neptune is the modern co-ruler of Pisces, and this adds layers of mysticism and intuition, and of course, spiritual growth to this specific sign. But it's Jupiter that we primarily focus on when discussing rulership. So, essential dignities in astrology explain how planets express themselves through different signs, offering us an insight into the strengths and unique traits of a specific sign. So, for Pisces, three essential dignities shape its energy. Jupiter is in domicile, Venus is exalted, and Mercury is in detriment. These placements reveal why Pisces is known for its intuition, creativity, and deep emotional connection to others. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and faith and wisdom, it's in its home in Pisces and therefore in domicile. This gives the alignment of Pisces a natural optimism, spiritual depth, and the ability to dream beyond limits. Think of someone who always offers encouragement, sees the bigger picture, and inspires others with their belief for possibility. So, for example, a friend who starts a community project or volunteers to uplift others to reflect Jupiter's expansive and influence in Pisces. So, they believe in the good and trust in the flow of life. So Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is exalted in Pisces, meaning that its energy shines in its most purest form. This placement gives Pisces an unparalleled ability to show unconditional love and kindness and empathy. So picture a person in your life who always makes you feel seen, whether it's through a heartfelt gesture or simply their nurturing presence. They embody Venus and Pisces by creating beauty and harmony wherever they go. So Mercury, the planet of communication and logic, is at its detriment in Pisces, which basically means Pisces tends to process and express ideas differently from its more traditional and structured way that Mercury likes to operate. So rather than relying on facts and data, they communicate through emotional creativity and symbolism. So perhaps think of someone who shares their thoughts through poetry, storytelling, or even playing music rather than straightforward explanations. So, for instance, a songwriter who weaves their feelings through lyrics instead of giving direct advice. This demonstrates how Pisces uses Mercury's detriment to create a more emotional way of expressing communication. So these dignities explain why Pisces is so unique. Jupiter fuels their faith and wisdom, Venus enhances their boundless love, and Mercury encourages them to express themselves in ways that inspire and move others. So Pisces is a sign that flows depth, mystery, and is symbolized by a glyph of two fishes swimming in the opposite direction, connected by a line. This imagery captures the essence of Pisces, pull between the material and spiritual, the seen and the unseen. The two fishes also represent a double-bodied nature, highlighting Pisces' ability to navigate dualities. They can move beyond worlds, blending dreams with reality, intuition with logic, and emotions with practicality. So, as a water sign, this carries a deep understanding of connection and flow. The Piscean glyph of the intellect fish reminds us of their intuitive grasp on life's interconnectedness and their abilities to adapt to ever-changing tides of existence. Their double-bodied nature gives them a unique flexibility, enabling them to shift perspective, see all sides, and bring harmony to opposing energies. The Pisces energy is all about fluidity and imagination. They embody the ability to dream, feel, and create with such sense of purpose and love. The glyph isn't just a symbol, it's a reflection of their soulful ability to bridge worlds, explore different dimensions of life, and remind us of the duality of life and that it doesn't have to divide. It can actually connect. And teach us that the balance is found in embracing life's natural flow with its many, many different layers and eccentricities. Pisces is the essence of harmony, creativity, and transformation in motion. As you can see, the glyph of Pisces, which is the two fish swimming in different directions, absolutely embody Pisces perfectly. So, if you are a Pisces or know of a Pisces, comment below and let me know how this magnificent Piscean energy plays out in your life. All right, so let's start the fun stuff for today. And what we're going to do is we're going to discuss Pisces through all of the 12 different zodiac houses. And just remember, you may not have any of your personal planets sitting in Pisces. So your moon may not be there, the sun may not be there, or Mars or Venus or any of the personal planets may not be there. However, this energy does exist in your chart. It may be related to your career. It may be related to your relationships, your travel, your higher mind, your house of transformation. It's still there, even if you don't have any planets sitting in it. So it's important to understand this energy and how it manifests in your personal chart. And just a reminder that if you like this, please remember to like, subscribe, and even comment below how Pisces resonates with you in your life. So let's begin. So Pisces in the first house. The first house represents identity, appearance, and how someone approaches life. So when Pisces occupies this house, individuals often have a soft and compassionate, dreamy energy that others immediately sense. So these people tend to come across as approachable. So this allows them to pick up on others' emotion and the needs of others effortlessly. Their presence often feels calming, and they carry an almost ethereal quality with a reflective and mysterious aura that intrigues everyone around them. People with Pisces in the first may feel deeply connected to their external environment, and they often mirror the energy with those around them. So, while this adaptability helps them connect easily with others, it can sometimes make it hard for them to define their own sense of self. So, they may find themselves struggling to set boundaries as they're naturally compassionate and can lead them to prioritize the needs of others before their own. So, for example, they could be an artist who channels their emotions into their craft, creating words that deeply resonate with others. Or they could perhaps be the friend who knows how to offer comfort but forgets to take their own feelings into account. So, this is the most empathetic placement for Pisces to be. It can also make a person highly intuitive and maybe even a little bit psychic. So if you have Pisces in the first house or know of anyone with Pisces in the first house, drop me a line below and let me know how this energy plays out in your life. So Pisces in the second. The second house governs value, personal resources, possessions, and of course your self-worth. When Pisces is in this house, individuals tend to approach money and material possessions with fluidity and intuition rather than practicality. They sometimes value creativity, emotional fulfillment, and spiritual growth more than material wealth or conventional success. Material things may feel less significant to them compared to their desire for meaningful connections or the pursuit of beauty and imagination in life. So, people with Pisces in the second often excel in creative or spiritual pursuits. So, for example, they might be an artist, musician, or even healer whose talents provide them with fulfillment, but financial success may fluctuate due to structured planning. Their generosity is another defining trait. They're often quick to give to others, whether it's financial help or emotional support. So, while their selflessness is admirable, it can sometimes lead to challenges in managing their resources or recognizing their own self worth. So, a person with this placement might spend money on things that align with their own personal values, such as supporting a charitable cause or indulging in art or music that inspires them. However, finding balance between giving and ensuring their own financial stability is absolutely essential for them to be able to thrive in this world. So, this is definitely one of the most compassionate placements that could be in the second house. And if you have this placement, I'd love to hear from you how this manifests in your life. So, drop me a line underneath and let me know. So, Pisces in the third. So, the third house represents communication, learning, and everyday interactions. When Pisces is in this house, individuals tend to communicate in a way that feels intuitive, emotional, and often even a little bit poetic. They may rely on feelings and imagination rather than logic and structure, and express themselves creatively or even through storytelling. Their words carry a deeper and more emotional resonance, making them effective in connecting with others on a personal or even spiritual level. But they may struggle with clarity at times, as their thoughts and feelings are fluid and abstract rather than linear. So, people with displacements often are natural daydreamers with vivid imagination that fuels their creativity with a knack of thinking outside the box. They may be drawn to writing, music, or other forms of artistic expression where they can express their unique perspective on things. For example, they might be the kind of person who writes a heartfelt letter shares profound insights in conversations, or crafts beautiful poetry. On a more practical level, they have a tendency to lose focus or feel overwhelmed by richer systems of learning. Instead, they thrive when they can learn intuitively or in environments that allow for flexibility and creativity. Their inner strength lies in their ability to communicate on a more deeper level and even a more emotional level, one that resonates deeply with others. So, what a profound placement for Pisces in the third. So beautiful to have such a creative way of expressing themselves. Anyway, if you have Pisces in the third or know of anyone that has Pisces in the third, comment below and let me know how this energy plays out in your life. So Pisces in the fourth. The fourth house is your foundation in life, and it represents home, family, and emotional roots. So with Pisces in this house, individuals often experience a deep emotional connection to their home and family life. Their family dynamics feel dreamy and nurturing, even spiritual, but can also be elusive or difficult to define. They may have grown up in environments that are filled with creativity, empathy, or a strong sense of imagination, but they might have also experienced a lack of clear boundaries or structure in their family homes. So, people with Pisces in the fourth can often strive to create a home that feels like a sanctuary, like a safe space where they can retreat from the outside world and connect with their inner selves. Their ideal family environment is likely to be peaceful, creative, and even reflective, which is filled with soft touches like calming music, meaningful art, or tranquil spaces to daydream. For example, someone with this placement might be the person who creates a serene home where friends and family feel instantly at ease, or they might be the ones who carry the emotional weight of their family on their shoulders. So, while compassion is their absolute strength, it's vital for them to establish emotional boundaries with their family relationships. So this is definitely an emotional placement with Pisces in the fourth. And if you have this, comment below and let me know how it's going in your life. For Pisces in the fifth house rules creativity, self-expression, romance, and joy. With Pisces here, people are naturally imaginative and emotionally connected to their creative pursuits. They express themselves in ways that are dreamy, poetic, and often deeply inspiring to others. Their creativity flows best when they feel emotionally or spiritually aligned, making them exceptional artists, performers, or even visionaries. Romance for them is also deeply emotional, and they often seek soulful connections and love that feels transcendent rather than surface level. So people with Pisces in the fifth might be drawn to artistic hobbies like painting, music, or writing, where their imagination can run free. So, for example, they could be someone who writes romantic songs inspired by their feelings, or create abstract art that reflects their inner world. And in romance, they often tend to idealize their partners, often seeing them through rose tinted glasses, which can lead to heartbreak if they're not careful. Play and joy for these individuals are deeply tied to emotion and meaning. They may prefer activities that inspire their imagination or allow them to connect spiritually, such as meditation, watching movies, or exploring nature. However, they might need to ground themselves at times to ensure that their dreams and creativity are balanced with more practical action. So personally, I think that this is the most perfect place for Pisces. It is so creative and so intuitive that play just comes just naturally through absolute joy. So if you've got Pisces in this placement or know of anyone with Pisces in this placement, drop me a line below and let me know how it's going in your life. So Pisces in the sixth house. So the sixth house governs daily work, routines, and health. So when Pisces occupies this house, individuals often approach their daily lives with intuition, and even flexibility. They prefer routines that allow for creativity and flow rather than rigid schedules or repetitive tasks. In the workplace, they are often empathetic and self service orientated, often excelling in roles where they can help others express their creativity or even their feelings. However, they might struggle with organization or sticking to consistent habits, as they're more in tune with their feelings than rigid and strict discipline. And health for someone with Pisces in the sixth is often closely tied to their emotions and spiritual well being. So, stress or emotional overwhelm can easily impact their physical health. So, practices like meditation, yoga, spending time in nature can be particularly beneficial for these individuals. They're also highly sensitive to the environment. So, maintaining a calming and peaceful space is crucial for their overall well being. So, an example for someone with this placement, they might work as a counselor, artist, or even in a healing profession where they can use their empathy to support others. So, while they thrive in roles that allow them to be creative and intuitive, they may also need to work on staying grounded and managing practical aspects of their daily life, such as time management or setting boundaries in the workplace. So if you have Pisces in the sixth house or know of anyone that has Pisces in this specific placement, drop me a line below and let me know how it's going for you. So Pisces in the seventh house. So the seventh house represents partnerships, relationships, and how individuals connect on a one-on-one basis. So with Pisces in this specific house, relationships are often viewed with an emotional or even spiritual lens. These are the individuals that are empathetic, generous, and deeply tied to the emotions of their partner. They often seek meaningful, soul level connections, often desiring relationships that transcend the ordinary and venture into the realms of unconditional love and mutual understanding. People with Pisces in the seventh house may idealize their partners, seeing only their potentials rather than reality. So, while this optimism can be beautiful, it can sometimes lead to disappointment if their partner doesn't live up to their fantasy that they've created in their head. They tend to be drawn to people who are sensitive, creative, or in the need of healing, as their nurturing nature instinctively seeks to help. So, for example, someone with this placement might enter into a relationship with an artist or with someone going through a challenging time, offering them support and encouragement. While their compassion is a strength, they need to ensure that they aren't sacrificing their own needs in the process. So, learning balance in their giving nature with healthy boundaries is key to fostering relationships that are both fulfilling and, of course, grounded. This is a magnificent placement for Pisces, and it really just gives way for a person that gives all in their relationships without holding back. So if you have this placement or know of anyone with this placement, comment below and let me know how this energy plays out in your life. So Pisces in the eighth house. So the eighth house is associated with transformation, shared resources, and deep emotional connections. So Pisces in this house adds a layer of mystery and emotional depth, as these individuals tend to be deeply connected to the unseen aspects of life. So they have an innate understanding of cycles, endings, and beginnings, and of course, the transformative power of change. And their intuitive nature often leads them to explore topics such as spirituality, psychology, or the mysteries of life and death. And when it comes to their shared resources, such as finances or inheritances, their approach may be fluid or even idealistic. They may not be overly concerned with the practical details, trusting that things will always work out by relying on others to perhaps take the lead. However, this can sometimes lead to confusion or misunderstandings if clear boundaries are not established right from the get go. So, for example, someone with Pisces in the eighth house might have a strong interest in metaphysical studies or fields like counseling or spiritual healing. They may also form deep emotional bonds in their relationships, seeking connections that feel transformative and even soulful. So their challenge lies in staying grounded while navigating these more emotional depths, ensuring that they don't lose themselves in the process of transformation. So this is a profound placement for Pisces and also a very spiritual placement for Pisces because after all, the eighth house is the house of the unseen and is a very spiritual house. So these individuals may be very psychic and very spiritual. So yeah, great placement. So if you have Pisces in the eighth house, let me know below how it's going in your life. So Pisces in the ninth. So the ninth house governs philosophy, higher learning, travel, and the search for meaning in life. So with Pisces in this house, individuals approach these areas with intuition, imagination, and a strong connection to spirituality. They are naturally drawn to exploring the deeper truths of life, often through art, religion, or mystical practices. Their beliefs tend to be fluid, expansive, and shaped more by personal experiences and feelings rather than rigid doctrines or structured education. These individuals are often seekers, often craving experiences that inspire their imagination and deepen their understanding of the world. So, long journeys, whether physical, spiritual, have a profound impact on them. They might be the type to be enlightened on a beach at a sunrise or feel completely connected to the universe while exploring new cultures. So, for example, someone with Pisces in the ninth might travel to volunteer for a humanitarian cause, blending their compassion and desire to learn with others with their philosophical beliefs. Alternatively, they may pursue creative studies or write poetry inspired by their philosophical insights. Their challenge lies in grounding their expansive visions into practical action, ensuring that dreams are not just inspirational, but also achievable. So, this is definitely a very expansive house for Pisces. And if you have this placement or know of anyone with this placement, comment below and let me know how it's going for you. So, Pisces in the 10th house. So, the 10th house represents career, public image, and long term goals. So, when Pisces occupies this house, individuals are often seen as compassionate, imaginative, and visionary in their own personal lives. They may be drawn to careers that allow them to express their creativity, helping others to connect to something greater than themselves. Their public image often reflects their sensitivity and ability to inspire, making them admired for their empathy and ability to think beyond the ordinary. In their careers, they thrive in roles where they can use their intuition and creativity, such as working in the arts, healing professions, or even spiritual practices. So, for example, they could be a movie maker who tells deeply emotional stories, or a therapist who can help their clients navigate their inner world, or perhaps a non-profit leader working on bringing hope to others. So while their vision and compassion are great strengths, their challenge in the 10th house is maintaining focus and direction. Pisces energy can sometimes feel a little bit scattered, so it's important for them to set clear and achievable goals while staying grounded in their efforts. If they can balance their dreams with practicality, they can create a career that is both meaningful and very, very inspiring. So, wow, what a spiritual placement for Pisces in the 10th. So, if you have this placement or know of someone with this placement, drop me a line below and let me know how it's going for you. Okay, so let's discuss Pisces through the 11th house. The 11th house represents friendships, social groups, community, and hopes and dreams for the future. So, when Pisces is in this house, individuals tend to be compassionate, idealistic, and deeply connected to their social circles. They approach friendships with empathy and often attract people who need emotional support or even inspiration. Their social connections are definitely not superficial. They crave meaningful relationships and often find themselves drawn to like minded individuals who share their dreams for a better world. They may be involved with creative or spiritual pursuits, or even groups, or they may even work towards humanitarian efforts that aim to help the less fortunate. For example, someone with Pisces in the 11th house might organize a charity art show, combining their creativity and desire to make a difference. So the challenge here is maintaining boundaries. Pisces in the 11th house can sometimes give far too much of themselves to their friends or even causes, and this could leave them feel deflated or even drained. So additionally, their idealism can lead to disappointment if their expectations aren't met by others or reciprocated. By focusing on balanced relationships and setting realistic goals, they can make their natural compassion to create lasting connections that are meaningful and make an impact to both them and people around them. So, what a magnificent and spiritual place for Pisces in the 11th house. It's just so amazing that they can be so empathetic to people around them. And through their creative visions, they can obviously attract things into their lives in this house of hopes and dreams. So if you have Pisces in the 11th or know of anyone with Pisces in the 11th, comment below and let me know how this energy plays out in your life. So Pisces in the 12th house. So the 12th house is the realm of the subconscious, spirituality, and the hidden aspects of life. With Pisces in this house, individuals often feel deeply connected to the unseen world. This placement enhances intuition, spiritual awareness, and it gives them a profound understanding of life's mysteries. So they may feel drawn to meditation, dreams, or even other mystical practices, as it helps them to tap into their natural and inner wisdom to gain clarity about their emotions and purpose. This placement often comes with a strong need for solitude and reflection. Individuals with Pisces in the 12th benefit from spending time alone to perhaps recharge and connect with their own inner and private world. They may also have vivid dreams or creative bursts of inspiration that make them feel like they're coming into or feeling a higher source. For example, someone with this placement might write poetry or music that are inspired by their dreams or use their solitude to develop spiritual practices that perhaps grounds them and nurtures them. The challenge here of Pisces in the 12th lies in managing their own personal sensitivity. They sometimes may feel overwhelmed by their emotions or by the energies of others. So it's absolutely essential for them to find ways to protect their own personal well-being. And when they are well balanced, this placement offers deep creativity, compassion, and spiritual insight, which can make them a source of quiet strength and inspiration for all of those around them. So this is an amazing and probably the most spiritual placement for Pisces to be in the 12th. So if you have this placement or know of anyone with this placement, let me know below how this energy plays out in your life. So that's a wrap up for this episode. We've taken a deep dive into the enchanting world of Pisces, exploring their personality, modality, element, symbolism, essential dignities, and how this mystical sign manifests through all of the different 12 houses of the zodiac. So, whether Pisces sits predominantly in your chart or lies subtly in the background, its influence offers profound lessons of empathy, intuition, and creativity. Pisces teaches us the value of going with the flow, embracing imagination, and connecting deeply with the emotional and spiritual layers of life. So through Jupiter's expansive wisdom, Venus's exalted compassion, and Mercury's creative communication. Pisces invites us to dream bigger, love unconditionally, and see the beauty in the unseen. So that's it for this episode. I would love to see you again, so don't forget to like and subscribe. And till next time, cheers.